Let's continue the theme of Manchester United then, because I know Martin Samuel's written a good column, hasn't he, today, regarding both the managers.
Absolutely. The Sunday Times columnist is always a must-read on the biggest issues of the day, and today is no different, because he talks about the fact that Amorim would love to have the squad that Ange Postecoglou has at Spurs, because when fit, they are a better fit for what Postecoglou wants to do. Now, Martin says that both men are stubborn, very, very stubborn, as much as they won't deviate from the way that they want to play. But that works better to Postecoglou's advantage, if you like, because he at least has some of the players that he wants to do that. Whereas Amorim is really trying to shoehorn players into a system that is palpably not working. I think they've lost 5 of their last 6 at home. Manchester United, they're on a horrendous run. I think it's 2 wins from their last 9 in the Premier League. And they've become one of the easiest teams to play against. And I think about today's game. I think about the Tottenham side that he's up against, and even though defensively they are hit very, very hard in the forward areas, they still have players that can hurt Manchester United. But what Martin says is how United would love a forward like Dominic Solanke, who knows where the goal is, how they would love wide players like Dejan Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson, because the players that Amorim has simply cannot do the things he is asking them to do. And if you think about their victories, they scraped one against Fulham. I think they had an unconvincing one against Southampton, where Amad Diallo dug them out of a hole late on in the game. Were it not for him, they probably would have drawn, possibly even lost that match. And now Amad Diallo's out now for the foreseeable future. It's hard to see who that spark in the team is going to be. So yes, this is very much the underachievers derby this afternoon. But I think as far as both clubs are concerned, and I know you asked me before the show, who is under the most pressure? Man United or Spurs? Man United all day long, because a club that size simply cannot be where they are right now.
We're going to hear at length from Ange Postecoglou at 11 o'clock. It's a really lovely interview, actually, with Gail Davis, and he talks about being transparent as a manager and what it feels like to sort of, just be honest in front of the press. I just wanted to turn the attention more on Manchester United right now. And in terms of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, it's like a year, I think, almost to the day, that marks his takeover with INEOS. How would you sum up the year so far?
I think it's been a very difficult year for INEOS and Jim Ratcliffe. I think they would accept themselves that they've made some mistakes. I think they're in it for the long haul. It's going to take a long time to make Manchester United what they once were.
Kaveh, don't you think that it's not possible? Because clearly it's possible, but if you look at some of the biggest teams in the country, they're only going to get stronger, bigger, better. They're developing young talents. They're investing correctly in the team, whereas United are stripping so much away. Riyad Al-Samarai's has done a terrific piece in the Mail on Sunday talking about the fact that he questions whether Sir Jim has got any decisions right over the past year. Would you say so?
Oh, I think he's got a few decisions right. Bringing in Ruben Amorim, I think in time he will prove that he's the right man for the job. But yes, lots of mistakes have been made regarding giving Ten Hag a new contract, controversial decisions about raising some of the ticket prices, the whole situation with Dan Ashworth coming and going. It's been very difficult for INEOS, and I totally accept your point. Manchester United have now fallen behind clubs like Brighton, clubs like Bournemouth, clubs like Brentford. It is going to be a long, hard road for United to get back to the top. And I know this week marks the 1-year anniversary of Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS buying a 25% stake in United. I think what's more important this year is we're approaching the anniversary, 20 years of the Glazers owning Manchester United. And we hear a lot about cost cutting, but if Jim Ratcliffe really wants to cut costs, they need to deal with the amount of interest they've been paying out to service the Glazers' loans.